Hello, my name is Kara, and I'm here to discuss the 3 sessions that we watched. Even though they were just little snippets, I can tell you from personal experience that each counselor has their own style and they have their own methods of doing things. So I feel like they were accurately portrayed, and yes, it is what I expected to see in a counseling session. So the skills that I saw that were being used from chapter 8 were listening skills. The clients, most of them, were listened to, and the counselors were asking open-ended questions. They were repeating back what they heard and summarizing. And I also saw that they were exploring, especially in the last video, the guy was really exploring this girl's feelings, and also out of curiosity, it was making her open up and trust him. And then in the first one, I also saw that there was a plan of conclusion, that the counselor was using ways to help and a step to help this guy connect with his family. In the next, what differences and similarities did I notice between the 3 counselors? Well, with the first counselor, I saw him as having a plan and, of course, the steps to conclusion. He was also listening very well to his client. In the second video, I saw the counselor asking questions, and she was also asking open-ended questions. However, the question she kept asking was, can you tell me more about that? Which I think is a great question. However, I think she could ask more exploratory questions to get the client to open up a little bit more. And I also saw her being more directive, and I think that the client needed to unpack her emotions a little bit more before the counselor started asking questions about connecting and with the people at school and trying to fix the problem. In the third video, I saw the counselor really listening to his client and exploring, and that exploring and curiosity made the client go even deeper with her verbalization of how she wasn't used to verbalizing, and how in dance she was more comfortable than she was talking. And so just seeing the counselor very curious about that and trying to go deeper with her was really good. And yeah, and I felt like the girl trusted the counselor. And the counselor, even though his facial expressions didn't change much, you could tell in his voice that he was empathizing with her and her dilemma that she was having. I think one of the questions that I would ask when to another counselor would be that I have sometimes a hard time remaining neutral in the situations that I perceive are clearly wrong. And how do I remove myself from those biases? And when I get triggered, how do I handle that situation in the midst of a counseling session? Because sometimes you don't always know what's going to come into a counseling session. Thank you for your time and your help.